Okay, so we now have all the knowledge and understanding about XML and layouts to get stuck in and build this design we have on the left. So for the whole of this tutorial now, I'll leave the mock-up on the left so we can refer to it. We've got a reduced version of Android Studio. I'll make the project pane a bit narrower. In fact, I'll turn it off for now by clicking there. Okay, so design, code editor, and the design preview. I'm going to go through this fairly quickly. At any point, if you're struggling to keep up with copying the typing, then just pause the video. We'll be doing a total of 5 elements, 5 XML elements, 5 Android views or view groups. All right. We won't do too many new attributes, but when there are new attributes or new things to talk about, we'll address them one by one. So let's just get stuck into it. We have a linear layout from our activity main that we've changed, and if you remember, by default these are stacked horizontally, so if we had 3 buttons they would be side by side by side. If you look at the mock on the left, we want things to be stacked vertically. So it's always good practice actually with linear layouts to state the orientation, whether or not it's horizontal or vertical. So we'll put the orientation in, so start typing orientation and do the autocomplete, enter. And you can select or click or type vertical, enter, done. So that will now stack our items vertically. So the first thing we need is a picture, an image, and there's a useful little widget or view on Android called an image view. So make a new tag, you should know how to do this now. Type image, and then you can auto select the image view. So go ahead and do that. Okay. Whenever you autocomplete, you get given the required attributes, so that does save quite a lot of time. And let's just press escape to get rid of the autocomplete and talk about wrap parent and match parent for a second. Okay, I'll just do the closing tag, self-closing tag there. That's good, fine. So we have an image view with the width and height not set yet. We have an error there. Now, in terms of the phrase match parent that you've seen before, parents and children, we haven't talked about this. So the linear layout, the parent of that is the screen, is the whole screen. So match parent means it will go as wide as its parent, which is the screen. Image view is a child of the linear layout. So this image view, which is part of the linear layout's contents, the image view has the linear layout as its parent. So if we do match parent, and we just click on it, and we do match parent there, I don't know if you can see that, but those little blue arrows, this image view is filling the whole screen because its parent, the linear layout, is filling the whole screen. So when we talk about parents and children, we're talking about a container and the things inside it, or if there's a widget, the thing which it is in. So parents and children, okay? We don't want match parent for this because that would fill the whole screen. In fact, for image view, let's set a specific width and height. So we'll do the number 100, and the thing that's most commonly used in Android for height and width is density independent pixels. So do DP, and we'll do the same for layout height. Okay. A density independent pixel means no matter what phone you have, if it's a high resolution screen or a low resolution screen, it will be the same size no matter what density of phone. So it's density independent. Okay. So there's our image view. We will later on provide a source file for that, but for now, if you look on the design preview, you can see it's there. And it's currently left aligned right now, but that's fine. We'll change that in a moment. So let's now work our way down the mock. Now we understand parents and children. Okay, the next thing is some text. Let's just do a text view for the BMI calculator. Autocomplete. For all other widgets, apart from the picture, wrap content will be fine because that will make it as wide and as high as it needs to be for the text in this case. So do wrap content, autocomplete for both. Don't do the self-closing bracket. One more attribute is the actual text. So type text, and we'll put BMI calculator. Okay, and now we can self-close. And as you can see, if I click on the text view, you can see it is as wide and as high as the text inside it. Okay, if I change the width to match parent, look how it fills the full width, because that's what the linear layout does. Do you get it? So wrap content for everything else is fine for now. Okie doke. Now we have two selectors, male and female. There's a ready-made widget, a ready-made view in Android for this kind of circle select button and text. And it's called a radio button. So let's go ahead and put two radio buttons in. Radio button, always wrap content. And we need to add some text to it. So new line, text, and male. And we can self-close this. See that? We can copy the whole thing and paste it. And then we can do female underneath. Okay, and let's have a look to the right. Okay, so in our linear layout, every individual thing is getting stacked vertically. But we want our male and female radio buttons to be side by side. So, can you think for a second how we might do that? The answer is we can put another view group, another container with that orientation set to horizontal. So let's put a linear layout now. So here we go, linear layout. Okay, we will do wrap content for this one. Yeah, wrap content and wrap content for the height. So the container will be as big as its contents as its children, which will be the radio buttons. So even though we know linear layouts default to horizontal, let's put the orientation in anyway so it's clear what's going on. So orientation horizontal. And now this time don't do a self-closing tag, do the right arrow, and then we have an opening tag and a closing tag. And now we can copy and paste these two buttons, or we can cut and paste, right click, cut, Control X, and paste them inside. Now look what happens. They're side by side because this linear layout is set to horizontal. Problem solved. So let's keep going. Make sure we go underneath the linear layout closing tag. Now we have age and a place where the user can type some text in. So in Android, this is another new widget for you. It's called an edit text. So an edit text is where the user can edit the text themselves. Again, we're going to wrap content and wrap the height. Before we close this off, we could do text. We could set the text to be age. And we'll close the edit text, self-closing. Okay, but the problem with that is the actual value now of that edit text is text. So if the user clicks in there, they'll be adding numbers or letters to the word age. That's no good. We want some kind of hint or guide that we want the age, but as soon as they start typing, that will then disappear. So here's a new attribute for you. So in edit text, they have this, and it's called hint. Okay, we'll put that as age, and we'll delete the text thing. So now, very subtly, you maybe see that the age color is a little bit fainter, and when the user starts typing, that will then disappear. Okay, we need 1, 2, 3 more edit texts for feet, inches, and weight. Let's just copy this, the whole edit text, and paste it 3 more times. 1, 2, 3, and we have feet for that hint, inches for that hint, and weight for that hint. Let's have a look. Okay, now we have something wrong here. Feet and inches are on top of each other, like the radio buttons were. And on the left, they're side by side. So, do you know what we need to do here? With these two edit texts to make them side by side? Have a think. If you want, pause it, do it yourself and see if it's the same as my solution. So we can put this inside another linear layout. Wrap content, normal opening tag, and inside the opening and closing tag, we can move feet and inches. That has worked, but just to be good, to be clear, let's put the orientation in horizontal so it's clear when we look at the document. Okay. Weight is underneath, that's fine. Then we need a button. Okay. Wrap content. Can you think what the attribute to put some text on the button is? It's text. TEX, autocomplete, calculate, self-closing tag. And finally, the 23.6 and the you are a healthy weight. Just for simplicity, we'll do all of that in one text view. We could do two side by side and make one of them bold. We might do that later, but for now, let's just do one text view. Autocomplete, wrap content, one more attribute of text. Let's do 23.6. We will be changing this text value when the user clicks the button, but for now, let's type in an example just so we can see on the right what it looks like. And self-closing tag. Let's now hover over the design preview. That looks pretty good in terms of the order and the fact they're vertically stacked. But one problem is that everything's left aligned. So this is a feature of the linear layout. It will always start with the things at the top left. So there is one more attribute we'll do in this video now, which will move everything inside this view group, inside this container. It will move all of its contents to wherever we want to. And that is called the gravity. Okay, if you don't remember all of these attributes, don't worry, that they'll be repeated many times in the coming tutorials. But gravity is an important one. So start typing gravity and be careful to select gravity and not layout gravity. Those two are similar, but have a very important difference. And for now, we want the stuff that's inside the linear layout, all its contents, all its children. So that is gravity, not layout gravity, okay? So lots of options there, center horizontal, center bottom. I think we want it to be centered horizontally, so it's in the middle, but we still want it to be at the top. If we do just center, it will move it completely in the middle of the screen. I don't think we want that. So we'll go with center horizontal and let's see what happens. Okay, and that's looking pretty good. So at this point we have all of the widgets, all of the views we needed on the screen. We've gone through that really quickly. We've covered a few new attributes like hint. We've covered the gravity, and we've done some vertical and horizontal orientations in our view groups, okay? There's definitely some improvements we can make here, and we will make them in the coming videos, but for now, that is everything that we need to start working with the BMI Calculator app.